Sinua, Niwedo, Niuraga, Hagiheo, Wedo, Hakarega, Duriwana, Orewedo, Wamauhana, Direda, Gohewedo, Wama. Go ahead, kiss him, now go ahead, baby. Oh, come, nataka kukupenda, lakini we nisumbua. 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 Inauma, lakini nitazoea. Inauma, lakini nitangojea.
Hope you guys are doing amazing this wonderful Wednesday morning. It is exactly 50 minutes past the top of the hour. Karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Pan African Bliss. My name is Joby. To everyone who's with us for the first time on all our YouTube channels, returning listeners on BitChute, of course, on the radio station Spreaker, Spotify. Hope I'm loud and clear. As we focus on an amazing conversation today, we're gonna be looking at what is happening in Rwanda, where the U.S. government has imposed sanctions on Rwanda Defense Forces and their major military officials. Very interesting because we've been talking about this recently. I think we saw also a major move that also the US had made in DRC Congo. I'm going to be confirming that just in a few. But of course, Karibuni, let me know how you're doing today. How is your week? How is March taking you so far? And welcome to this beautiful conversation. Before we get into that, a quick reminder to kindly download our app on the Google Play Store. Blackout Fire Network is the name. And of course, through the application, you can get yourself amazing organic supplements on the like of ashwagandha, multivitamin, we have CMOS, we have turmeric gummy bears, and so much more. But I'd love to share some brain and focus formula and the benefit it contains. And of course, apart from that, we have an apparel active store where you can purchase yourself some t-shirts, hoodies, beanies with our logo on it. Apart from that, you can listen to us via the radio segment in case you're too busy to literally listen to us right here on YouTube. You can listen to us via the radio station, and better if you have an Amazon Roku TV and also Android TV, because our application is also there. You can tune in and get to see the beautiful conversations we always have and of course keep having. But for now, bringing focus formula and the benefits as we come back talking about what is happening in Africa. We've been seeing recent moves that America has been making, where we have actually countries that have signed the controversial health deals. We've seen countries like Kenya, countries like Uganda, countries like Rwanda, countries like Nigeria, and even more astonishing, we also had Burkina Faso recently being added to the list. Now we also have Niger, which has also been the recently added to the list country that has signed this controversial health bill. And of course, we had recently where Mali actually was sanctioned by the US for not accepting the same deal. So karibuni sana, that's our focus for today, and much more coming in today's conversation.
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Very affordable price. In case you have any question, kindly feel free to email us at kcnewsam15@gmail.com. But as we start with today's conversation, there's been a recent move. That's what we're going to be starting with. There's been a recent move that America has been making, apart from just attacking Iran and, of course, trying to take over other countries, abducting the Venezuela president, trying to pave its ways in different countries. There have been actually a move that they have been pushing in many African countries. And I think this started actually late last year, sorry. That was at the end of 2025, where we saw countries like Kenya, Nigeria receiving actually big funds from America in the name of them giving our data, because that's what it is all about, giving our healthcare data to America. And this is a deal that was supposed to be running actually to close to 10 plus years, and so many people, so many countries raised awareness, including Kenya itself. I remember we had we had our High Court, which had tried to stop the movement, but did it still push through? I do believe it did. They just now changed the whole thing and said Bill Gates was the one who funded the money. Or however, we still got both the funds. And this goes to the healthcare deal. So we have actually countries that have been mentioned, and I'm going to go through them. The countries that have been mentioned that have actually signed this. Again, it's a controversial health deal. We've seen countries like it was Zimbabwe and Namibia. Zimbabwe and Namibia actually refused to sign the deals. They say that this is a one-sided deal. We're not gonna take it. We're not gonna sign anything that we don't understand. Zambia actually did say no to this, and unlike other many African countries. So we have actually Botswana, which is one of the countries that signed the health deal. We have Burkina Faso, which has recently fell into the chat, and I'm gonna be actually sharing a video from this lady who explains also the same thing, because I think it's something we need to be conscious about, especially when it comes to the Alliance Sahel state. I do believe they need to be very conscious of America trying to offer them anything, especially right now. This country is doing anything possible, just like the rest, to ensure that they capture Africa and countries that have mineral resources and that could actually benefit them, of course, and they're benefiting them, and they have been benefiting them. And we know that the economy, America is collapsing, so are many countries, and this leads back to them again relying or completely taking control of Africa. And if you're not careful, it's actually happening. But yes, we have Botswana, we have Burkina Faso, we have Burundi, we have Cameroon, we have Cote d'Ivoire, we have Eswatini, Ethiopia, Kenya, Lesotho, DRC Congo, Liberia, Madagascar, Malawi, Mozambique, Nigeria, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, and Uganda. And of course, they're saying Zimbabwe and Zambia have rejected this. Of course, they did, where we had the Zambian president saying, just like Zimbabwe, the other African countries rejects $1 billion US health funding agreement, citing concerns over safety of its citizens' data that the US want access to, because that's what it's all about, among other things, literally, among other things. And when you talk about among other things, the VACCIN is, like we've been seeing recently, being launched in many African countries. The HIV testing VACCIN is, we know these are not helpful to Africans. We know the agenda when it comes to us, and which I'll share even more, because I was actually being surprised. I was surprised when I saw a video that was explaining that this COVID-19 vaccine contained some HIV, I don't know, HIV cells or something in it. I'm going to share that video, which is very astonishing. And again, this is why we need to be very conscious when you look at this kind of deals that are being made or being brought to us by America, because it leads us to fall into the agenda. And God knows if we're supposed to be paying this money back. Of course, I bet we do. Because if you go back to also the COVID-19, many countries that also didn't use the VACCINEs, whether they used it or they were expired, this is actually still a loan that they were supposed to be paying back. I remember actually discussing this early in 2023 or 2022, sometime there, because it didn't make sense that they come in terms of help with this money for you to deal with the health crisis. Because if it's health crisis, actually, I do believe it's not supposed to be a debt. If you're helping a country in terms of health, it's not supposed to be a debt, especially when it comes to medicines. Why is this becoming a debt again, while you're trying to actually save the lives of people? And that's why you try and understand, actually, it's nothing to do with saving the lives of people. These are money-making scheme system that wants, number one, to depop people and to keep people enslaved on the same system of depending on the same system that is killing them, which is super crazy. So yes, we had Zambia and Zimbabwe, which refused this. They're saying that Namibia has declined a proposed $1 billion United States health funding agreement, citing concerns over provision that would grant Washington access to citizens' data and other elements viewed as inconsistent with national interest. The package was designed to support HIV and AIDS and malaria treatment, maternal and child programs, and epidemic preparedness, with Lucasa expected to contribute $340 million in co-financing. However, a clause linking to the health support to a potential mining partnership triggered debate over the implication of trying public health financing to strategic resource access. The decision has drawn a mixed reaction, with some activists warning the arrangements could place mining priorities ahead of the urgent health needs, which is very true. Because what is it that they want? That is always the question that we need to ask ourselves. When it comes to these deals that African countries have been signing for the longest time, the first question you should have asked, because there's no way someone is going to be popping out of nowhere, as for me, as Joby, the way I know this world, there's no someone who's going to be popping out of nowhere and then tells me, you know what, I think you've been doing good, and I think, you've been doing good, but I think you need some help. Yeah, I don't need help, but I didn't ask for help. Let's start from that. I didn't ask for help. I don't need help. I'm trying to find solutions, but I didn't cry for help. But America comes to my door and tells me, you know what, Joby, I think I need to fix your toilet because I think it's going to take you time to get a plumber. I didn't say it's going to take me time to get a plumber. I'm actually organizing that. And I do believe actually many African countries like Burkina Faso, they shouldn't be on this list of taking this money, because what does America want? The question I should ask myself is, what do you want in return? Because I don't have money right now to pay for a plumber, but I'm organizing for me to get a plumber and fix my toilet. So what is it that you want back for me to repay you for your kindness? Because they try, again, America playing the hero every single time. How should I repay you back for your kindness? They're saying that the decision has drawn mixed reactions, with activists warning the arrangements could place mining priorities ahead of urgent healthcare needs, while authorities maintain the move protects sovereignty and data security. And I do love this. Shout to Zimbabwe and Zambia for actually doing this, and also Mali, because Mali has actually faced sanctions for not agreeing to this. We have Niger, which has become the latest African country to sign the famously controversial American First Global Health Strategy deal with the United States. And the general, that is Chiani, administration signed a deal of $128 million with the Trump government. For me, this is a big, big red flag of seeing actually the Alliance Sahel state falling for America's promises and BS, because that's what I'm going to call it. I don't believe it. We need to actually ask ourselves, what do they want in return? Let me share this lady's review and we hear what.
Did Burkina Faso just let America back in? Let's get into it, right? So the United States and Burkina Faso have just signed a $147 million agreement under President Ibrahim Traoré. Now, remember, this is the same leadership that pushed French forces out and
exactly
positioned itself against Western military influence. I'll get into
exactly. So why are we going back to the same people that we pushed out in the country or in the continent? We've already seen the consequences of working, partnering with them, the bullshit, the terms they always use, partnering, cooperating and all that, which doesn't work when it comes to them. Just like Namibia has said, this is going to actually lead to exploitation, because that's what it is. Exploitation of resources rather than prioritizing the health itself, the health sector itself. And again, what does this package of health itself come with? Because you're trying to support us deal with HIV and AIDS. And like I said, we have so far 2 countries which have accepted this. We have South Africa, which has received dozens of doses of the, actually 3. We have countries, let me actually look. Let me see how many countries, how many African countries have received the HIV testing vaccine. Okay, so this is let me see, HIV vaccine test in 2026. We had South Africa, Kenya, and Uganda, if I'm not wrong. Personally, I've reported that. They're saying as of early 2026, 9 African countries have been selected. 9 African countries have been selected to receive and roll out a groundbreaking, long-acting injectable HIV prevention drug, that is the lenacapavir, which I could not pronounce, lenacapavir, if I'm pronouncing, I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, lenacapavir, exactly, that acts as a vaccine-like preventive measure requiring only 2 injections per year. And these early adopters of our countries are Kenya. Like I said, we have Kenya, Nigeria, of course, the testing grounds, the big 4 testing grounds, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa. I'm surprised Ghana is not actually on the list, but we have Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, which I'm not sure about Zimbabwe and Zambia about receiving the HIV and AIDS, because they have refused the money which actually comes with this package of the HIV and AIDS support of malaria. The package was, because they're saying the package was designed to support HIV and AIDS and malaria treatment, and meant maternal and child health programs and epidemic preparedness, with Lusaka expected to contribute, which we've already read on that. So the package comes with this vaccine. So I think they're lying about actually Zimbabwe and Zambia, because we've seen Zimbabwe and Zambia have openly said no. We have Lesotho, we have Mozambique, we have Uganda. Like I said, Uganda, of course, recently received 19,200 doses. That was actually on Sunday or Saturday. And then we have Eswatini. And they're saying the drug, the injection lenacapavir, often referred to as LEN, is a twice yearly injection that has shown near total protection, 100% effectiveness in some trials against HIV and in high-risk groups. The question is, where are the people who you've done actually the trials on before you brought it to Africa? You know, it's time we start critically thinking and ask questions the way we're supposed to. Where are the people who actually received the first trial with the 100% effectiveness of its protection, of total protection, if they're saying total protection? Can we see the group of these people? Can we see the test being done in front of our eyes? Can we see someone again, practically it being done, maybe on one of you, because there's a bunch of you white people who also have HIV and AIDS. How have you dealt with that? That should be the question. Africans, we need to stop being guinea pigs, literally just a testing ground of everything being thrown at us. It's like we are a dumping site. You know, it's like, you know, in a dumping site, you just throw anything. You don't care, well, you know, because you don't want these things in your house. You don't want these things to be stinking and killing your people and affecting your health. So you're gonna throw it at a dumping site. And that's what Africa actually, for me, it seems it has become, and has been for the longest time. Where is the evidence? Where are the people that actually have received these trials? Let's see it. Let's see you do it on your people. Why is it Africa that it has to be the first one? So we have, they've said 9 African countries, but again, I refuse Zimbabwe and Zambia, because if Zimbabwe and Zambia would have agreed, this comes with the healthcare money that they refused, which actually they refused. So like I said, we have Mali, which has faced sanction because of refusing the same. So Mali is one among the countries like Zambia and Zimbabwe that have refused. And of course, America, after that, they must do something, you know, just like we've seen them saying that they're going to sanction Spain because of Spain not allowing them to go on their soil to throw missiles or bomb Iran and all that. So of course, America got mad because Mali said no to this. And I do believe this is actually a discussion, again, if the Alliance Sahel state was working, which is working, don't get me wrong, but this is a discussion that should have been held between the 3 leaders. But again, like Ibrahim Traore has said before, it's not like these leaders cannot make decisions for their own country. I'd like to understand personally what is the main reason of Niger and Burkina Faso agreeing to be supported health-wise and giving their data to America, because that's what it is. Let me go back to this video very quickly as we continue.
To why I've emphasized that a bit later. So is this reversal or is it strategy? So this agreement sits within a broader US-backed health framework.
Exactly. Is it reversal or is it a strategy? That's a very good question. Because, again, I'm heavy on strategy. And the main reason why African countries that have tried to have a successful independence, just like we've witnessed so far in Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, is because of lack of strategy. Patrice Lumumba failed because of strategy. Thomas Sankara failed because of lack of strategy. Lack of understanding who white people are at this point. Because just like Keith loves saying, time changes, they don't. And personally, I've seen that. I don't need to be convinced just because today a snake shedded its skin today, tomorrow it's not a snake. Personally, it's still a snake and it's gonna bite you. It's gonna bite you. White people, I believe, not all of them, of course, are bad, but I believe they're friendly. For those maybe who understand history, because they're so ashamed of their own existence and their own character, which is their own nature, and which also they know can come out any single time. Just like the other white guy was admitting yesterday on the video we were sharing on the Africa Today show. They know, he knows, they are warmonger people. Like they can't stay in peace. So you want to convince me today, someone who has been killing millions of people through health, physically, through food, and I kick them out of my house, I should trust their cousin. It's sounds like a joke. Oh my God.
Adopt
I should trust your cousin while I kicked you out and you are trying to kill me. Now, please.
by around 17 African countries. Zimbabwe is the only country so far to walk away from a similar deal.
Yeah, like I said, we have Zimbabwe, we have Mali, which has faced sanctions because of saying no, because they're saying days after Burkina Faso signed a $147 million deal with the US, Trump has lifted sanctions on Mali officials in a move that signals a diplomatic reset with a military-led government of the Sahel region. So it's not just Zimbabwe. We have currently Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Mali.
Citing sovereignty and data concerns. Zambia has not rejected engagement outright, but has been like, not on these terms, mate, and pushed back on elements of its proposed agreements over national interest and control.
Yeah.
That tells you that this is not automatic alignment. It is negotiation.
Exactly.
So the deal itself focuses on infectious disease control and primary healthcare. And the Sahel faces serious health pressures, right? Stronger systems reduce lost work days and ease pressure on public budgets. Remember, they're building as well right now, so they kind of need healthy people. That part's practical. But if we zoom out, $147 million over 5 years is roughly $29 million a year. Burkina Faso's economy is worth over $18 billion. This isn't transformational capital. This is access capital. Burkina Faso is one of Africa's leading gold producers, and the wider region holds uranium and critical minerals tied to global supply chains. Health partnerships build more than just clinics. What they build is data systems, procurement pipelines,
Exactly.
and long-term institutional access.
Exactly.
What happened?
Long-term institutional access.
At the same time, as we know, Russia's engagement in the Sahel is focused on security cooperation, while the United States is re-engaging through development systems rather than military troops, right? Different tools, same competitive environment.
Mm-hmm.
So the real issue isn't whether or not Traore has changed sides, it's whether or not he's pricing his influence correctly. In order for this to be a smart move, I'd advise Burkina Faso on three things that must be locked in, right? First, strong local procurement, so Burkinabe firms win contracts. Second, health data stored and governed under Burkinabe law. And third, real skills transfer and domestic pharmaceutical and laboratory capacity, so that something permanent remains after that 5-year period. If even two of those are secured properly, this strengthens long-term bargaining power. If not, you know what it does? It quietly embeds external influence. Rejecting Western troops doesn't mean rejecting Western capital.
Exactly.
We do live in a multipolar world, guys, right? The goal is not isolation, it's leverage. Sovereignty is not about who you reject, it's about what you can actually control. Anyway, let's talk in the comment section. What are your thoughts?
Exactly. So literally, it's a question of what does America want? And in those maybe years or periods of agreement of whatever years of agreement they have with each, I believe it's the same, because the deal applies the same for all African countries, unless you reject it. You know, what is it that they want to benefit, and how are you going to protect your people for them not to access your data? Like she said, actually ensure that the data of the people, the citizens, is actually based on the Burkinabe law, to the point where America is not going to have access to it. And I kind of believe Burkina Faso has built itself to that capability of ensuring that their data is protected in every way. But yeah, for those who are just tuning in, Karibuni Sana, we're just talking about Karibu Sana Keith, how are you doing today?
I'm okay, Joby. About yourself?
I'm fine. We're talking about America, the deals that they have been pushing to African countries, the healthcare deal. And we've seen so far almost close to 10 plus countries have agreed to this. And I've just read the countries, and only 3 have said no, including Mali, which has faced sanctions after saying no. We have Zimbabwe and we have Zambia. And of course, Zambia says that this is nothing to do with of course, they know
Botswana said no too. Botswana and Namibia said no.
It's Zambia. I don't know about Namibia. I know
Yes,
Zambia.
Namibia and Botswana said no too. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Shout out to that lady. I don't see her talking, so I'm not trusting anything coming from Namibia yet. I've not seen that on my table, because I don't see anyone at Namibia talking shit crazy. But
All right.
yeah, so we have Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Mali, which has said no. And of course, Zambia and Namibia are on the same terms. They're saying that this is a one-sided deal. It's not a deal
Exactly.
that's
It's
favors
asking
all
them to
the
have it's asking them to have access to all their resources. It's the same
exactly.
dumb. It's the same shit that Magafuli said. Who would sign some nonsense like this? What benefit does it do for African people? Nothing. Nothing. It
Mm-hmm.
gives it gives
Exactly.
foreigners access to all your money again. That's why the puppets would be in there robbing and raping. Say, yes, we do it. We need to have access to all your resources, all your shit. So, and then we need access to your health data. And black people, if you don't know what that means by now, you're fucking stupid. Let's call a spade a spade. You're fucking stupid. You don't know what it means
Well,
about your
most.
health data,
Mm,
and you don't understand what that actually means. You're fucking stupid. Okay?
well, most people
Yes.
don't really, honest.
Then you
Most people
then
don't.
you're fucking stupid. Gotta call us. It's
So
2026.
that's
To keep giving
that's what I'm
excuses
saying.
for Africa is absolutely crazy. Then you're fucking stupid. That
There's no
means they
excuse.
have certain.
I'm personally, I'm not giving any excuse. I'm saying most people are not
Health that
educated enough
health,
to
health
question
data health data
things.
means what, Joby? Health data means what, Joby?
Them giving access to all your details about literally your
Yeah,
health.
they're
Everything.
to you. So if I got access to all your health, Joby, what can I do with that information, Joby?
You can destroy me. You can easily get access to kill
Yeah,
me.
that means yes, yes, hey, yes. So I can start creating viruses and other disease tailored made to attack your immune system, Joby. Of course.
Exactly.
There
That's
you
how I
go.
wanna share. I wanna share this video because I'm saying the funny thing that America is saying that according to Google, they're saying because Google says we have 9 African countries as early of 2026 that have enrolled. I mean that they have received and rolled out the groundbreaking long-acting injectable HIV drug, which is
Look,
lenacapavir, and they're saying that this is 100% effective. So my question is again to this is where critical thinking needs to apply to us as Africans before we receive and sign these deals. According to them, they're saying that the drug is supposed to be received twicely a year. The injection is supposed to be received twicely a year and has shown near total 100% effectiveness. Where are the people that have actually received this 100% effectiveness trial of this drug? We need to
how
see
about
them.
that?
We need to see practical. We need to see practical. Uh, what should I term it? Practical results. Let's see someone who received the first
Evidence.
injection, and yeah, and we follow up after they get the second injection, and we can prove to the whole
I want
world,
you.
not just
I want you to do the
country
job, okay? Keep
after
that
country.
open right there. Keep that open right there. I want you to TikTok as well. Again, I want you to push this in. This has been done all over Africa, only in Africa. I want you to see. So shout out to South Africa. And the common sense, you should have been did this. Shout out to South Africa. Say South Africa finds in the sanitary pads that are sold to African people from outside Europe and America, not the only ones, have all been laced with, guess what? You already know, deep pop. Have been saturated with um what's what I'm looking for, with with damn, what's the word I'm looking for? When they stop and have you have sterilization agents, laced with sterilization agents. See, that thing's accident. See, the one that made in South Africa, of course, doesn't have it. All the ones that you got your whatever those pads are called from Europe, the women, black people wear, they're all laced with sterilization agents. Yeah, ain't it funny? It's ain't fun. Turn around, they're trying to wipe you out every time. So I want you to type this in Google, in TikTok, Joe, say South Africa's found sterilization agents in the sanitary pads.
Okay,
Why would
so
that
before I
be
do that,
there?
let me share this video very quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Let me share this quickly. We remember this video has been
Every
very,
goddamn
very
time with
famous
these
video
fucking people.
of the former South African intelligence agent who was talking about how they intentionally spread HIV
Of
across
course.
Africa because
But
been lied
how
to.
can you intentionally do it? How can you intentionally do it if it was created by sex? By sex.
Yeah. The same. How you can do it is the same thing, the same deals we are accepting blindly without
Of
knowing,
course.
and even
Exactly.
without us seeing the proof of them saying, "Oh, you know what?" Again, I'm asking, how do you come to my house, Keith, and tell me, "Oh, you see, I see your toilet is, I have a toilet problem, probably, or you don't know, or you had it from my neighbor, or my neighbor has a toilet problem." And I don't have money to get a plumber, but I'm planning to get a plumber to fix my toilet. But you come with your money and tell me, you know what, Joby, I can help you get a plumber to fix your toilet. So what is it that you want? The question I should ask myself is, how should I repay you back? Because I know to get a plumber, you must pay them. So you're spending money on my house, in my house, to help me. What is it that you want me to pay you back with?
Exactly.
So you don't bring me a solution. So you tell me, oh, I got another ugali flour, and I think this is the best out of the rest in Kenya. So I want you to try it first before anyone tries it. Why me? Can you try it first? Let me see how it reacts in your body. Think.
Spreading it?
It's literally pissing me off because of just lack of critical thinking. We've really gotten this far. Lack of critical thinking and asking questions.
Exactly. But you've been raised in a society that mosquito told you. You've been raised in a society where you're taught not to ask questions, Joby. You've been raised in a society that told you not to ask questions, which is crazy.
I won't ask questions, maybe because I'm afraid of the society judging me. But do I need to comply with what the society is doing?
No, you gotta change the society. I'm just saying the reason why things like this are continually happening because African society is backward now. Africans used to ask. You got to ask questions about everything, Joby. See, the whole thing is that you don't want to ask questions because it leads to asking questions about fake religions. They don't want that. Go ahead, Joe.
Because the excuse if he's not asking questions again, I can just go to the side of the majority. I don't need to be in the 100% of everyone. I'm gonna deduct myself, and you're gonna remain 99 of you. And I'm gonna critically think, and I don't need to comply with what the rest of you are doing. That's just how simple it is. Also, if you can critically think as an individual, you don't need to do what the majority are doing.
Of course not. But society has got to turn to critical thinking, Joby, to save Africa. People got to turn to asking questions, Joby. That's got to be the norm.
What did you say yesterday? We need China in Africa.
I've been saying there's gonna be a lot of dirt naps they got to be given out. Yeah.
You can't save everyone. You can't. That's just
you can't.
There was a
lot of dirt naps are gonna have to be given out. You're right.
From Simon, that one of the things was that we went into.
And I want you to understand this: how evil I want you to understand the evilness. They're evil guys. You guys must say, "Oh, they're misdirected." No, they're evil. I want Africans to understand you're dealing with evil, not somebody making a mistake. Somebody just don't like you. No, you're dealing with evil. Go ahead, Joe.
African countries.
And how was that done exactly?
Through inoculation.
Through vaccines?
Yeah, through vaccines. Pretending to inoculate people and that type of thing.
The idea being to kill black people?
Yeah, to eradicate black people. You must understand the concept was that AIDS was a killer.
Like he said,
it was incurable at that point in time.
And like he's saying, and this goes back to Demori's mama too. Anybody see a white person in a white coat as a doctor? Black people idolize these. It's crazy to me. Same people raped them. Black Americans, shout out to us. We never done that. I guess we were more brutalized through slavery and being eaten, and we don't never. When we see white people, we say, buddy, something's fucked up here. Black people in Africa, like, oh, okay, this is a doctor. He's white. He's Jesus. I'll get whatever they take. Are you crazy? But that's what he said. He's saying they signed up because we're white, and they worship us. I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And that's what the more he said about his mama going to see a white Cuban doctor. She was so happy. I said, black doctors are better than Cuban white doctors? Did she know that? But she wouldn't believe it, Keith, if you told. I said, this is fucking crazy to me. Go ahead, Joe.
So it was led to believe that if you infected people, it was the quick, non-militaristic approach.
Yeah, because they couldn't beat you no more. It's not enough for them to. Exactly. It's not enough for them. I told you. That's what the Joe showed the health care. It's not enough for them to put boots on the ground in Africa and take your shit and eliminate you no more. So they use other aspects to get rid of your stupid ass. I told you they never stop. So they can't fight you with boots on the ground. That's done. There ain't enough for them to go back into Africa ever like they did in 1885. That's over with. So they got to think of other ways to get you up out the game. And this is what they do. They don't ever stop. Go ahead, Joe.
Literally.
And that is something you know for a fact, that AIDS was actively being spread to other countries?
Yes. To African countries. We were at war.
Black people in South
Africa were the enemy.
I think Africa has the biggest. I think Africa has the biggest thing of AIDS. Go ahead, Joe.
With this education now, you see, if this video was a video being used, let's say in classes, for this kind of education, for telling us where this, or giving us this information, the way how raw it is. Now, if you have HIV, my thinking is telling me all the HIV infected patients, what they need to do. And especially this bullshit being pushed about, you need to take this because it comes with a package of HIV vaccines that are going to help you. No, we don't want you actually. We don't want your solutions, because you morons, you idiots are the ones behind us being sick.
Of course. So why should we trust
bringing us the solution? Again, if you understand the
Hegelian dialectic.
These are the type of things we need to actually stand up. If this education is taught from the word go, the moment you are infected with HIV and AIDS, you're not even supposed to be blaming the person who infected you. Both of you are victims. Victims of...
exactly. Both of you are victims.
The same people are trying to bring you solutions. Like, again, make this make sense. This is crazy.
Exactly.
Oh my God. This is...
But so it was about white supremacy?
Definitely.
Of course, it's white supremacy.
Definitely trying to retain the white supremacy on the African continent.
And furthermore, he tells us that the purpose of...
Now, even to add more salt to the injury, apparently we have videos again which are explaining that the PSCCINEs of the COVID-19 as well, they contained HIV.
Of course.
So,
of course, Joby. Of course they did.
It's crazy. It gets sicker and sicker and sicker. But not to dwell on that, let's go back to the other one in South Africa, which you just said.
Important breaking news coming out of Africa right now, and every woman in our country needs to know about this. Please share this far and wide. A study at the University of Free State has found toxic chemicals in 16 brands of sanitary pads commonly used in South Africa. And these include hormone-disrupting toxins, which can eventually cause fertility problems or even cancer. This is a list of the 16 brands that were tested, and every single one of them...
They're not just in South Africa, they're all in Africa. They're all in Africa. We're talking about all your brands that are in Kenya. Sadly, probably the ones I didn't bought for the girls. That's the wicked they do. Go ahead, Joe.
I think there's a day I went for some classes. There's this lady who invited me. They have like organic supplements. It's like an organic organization for soaps sanitary towels, and their sanitary towel, because they were now there. This is now where we say let's do practical. They're not trying to scam your ass. They did practical, and we saw the difference between the sanitary towels we're using, how fucked up they are, and the sanitary towels they have. And they even explained to us the benefits of it. We had witnesses. This is not, again, this is not why people trying to come tell you, you know, I need you to take this package because I know you're needy. Not even trying to understand, despite me being needy, is this effective to my health or not? You know?
Exactly.
Now, those people are explaining to us the benefits of the soap, the shea butter, the sanitary towels. I was one among the people who allowed myself to go see the practical, like, you know, do it myself. I'm like, wow, you can see the difference. And I can't wait to get my hands on those sanitary towels. I'm not going to lie, because what? We need that. We need things that are organic. These things are the ones that are causing, number
Of
one,
course.
cervix cancers,
Exactly.
itchiness, just no irritation. Every time you just wear a pad, you're just irritated.
Yeah, because they're created to be dangerous, Joby. They do. That's on purpose. You're like, oh, look at the neat package. Look how the white people put things in the stores, and it's great. But like you said, no critical thinking. They don't like you as a people, and they're trying to get your land. So what do you think they're trying to do? That's why, South Africa finally come and says, hey, let's go ahead and research these pads that coming from Europeans, and we're putting it in our women's private areas. Let's see what's on it. Oh, they all got sterilization agents and cancerous agents. But then we went to Europe to get theirs. Oh, there's nothing in there for white people there. But they're down there for black. So they let you know, there's the plan again to wipe you out.
Found in them. Now, it's important to know that toxins like this have been found in sanitary pads across the world. This isn't unique to South Africa. And while the levels of the toxins and chemicals are quite low, experts warn that long exposure can be very harmful. Now, the big question here is, what is the solution? Well, the leading professor of the study says women must rather purchase menstrual products with this label on them, which is meant to ensure international safety standards. Or the professor says women should look into using reusable sanitary.
Go back to the same people that's killing you again. Problems with sex. Yeah, you got to start getting your. That's what I think. You got to start in Africa, create your own organic sanitary napkin company. I think I'm gonna have to do that. That's what you have to do. You can't go back to the same people that's putting this. They know why are they putting that shit in there at all? They know. Oh, that's the question. He ain't never asked that question. Why are they putting it in there? What purpose would it be in it? Because it doesn't. You know what the purpose is? Same shit all the time. Deep pop.
Exactly. It's
evil and wickedness.
Breaking news. Free State University in South Africa conducted testing on 16 brands of sanitary pads. And let me tell you, results were shocking. South Africa decided to conduct testing on sanitary pads and the panty liners, and they found hormones disrupting chemicals known as endocrine disrupting chemical. This is a very harmful chemical which can cause a lot of problems in a woman. It can cause infertility.
That's on purpose. Exactly. To make sure you're sterilized. They come in with you with the food, through the vaccines, and now through your coochie. It's fucking crazy.
It can cause even cancer. So 15 of these brands, they are from European or from USA companies. Only one is South African brand, Confitex. Some of these brands, they label their products as organic, but when they were tested, they're not
organic.
So brands like Always was on the list. It tested positive. Ultra Thin.
That's the scam they use. Because they know people want organic, so white people can just put anything. Anything they do is always a lie. It's organic. Oh, it says organic on the package. Well, if you're dumb and don't critically think, you said, well, they'll just put shit. They know people want organic shit, so they'll just say shit's organic when they know it's not. Because you're not going to research it. You're going to say, oh, it says organic on the package.
Stay Free, Libres, Lilets, Confitex, My Time, Anna Organic. All these brands tested positive.
Of course.
Shock and concern. This is how women have reacted to the study. Although the University of the Free State says the chemicals detected in the identified brands are in small volumes, it cautions that long-term exposure may have devastating effects. A Bloemfontein woman who has been struggling with hormonal imbalance and who last year had to go for a laparoscopic arteriolysis operation, which is a surgery to remove abdominal scar tissue.
And pause it. If you guys don't know what this is called chemical warfare. This is war. See, the goopy Africans, because they're scared to say it because they don't got no real military. This is called chemical warfare. This is war they're waging. This is the Europeans and Americans waging war on African people. This is war. The goopy Africans know what it is, but they're scared. They're cowardly because they have no military. Because this, call a spade, but this is chemical warfare. That's what this is. Go ahead, Joby.
Due to hormonal imbalance, says the University of the Free State study on sanitary pads is worrisome.
The report done by the University of the Free State is very concerning. One, because I myself I'm someone who was diagnosed with hormonal imbalances for the past 2 years. We tried all the pills, and every time when I finished the course, the imbalances would come back again. And last year I had to have a surgery because, something was just not okay in my reproductive system. So I'm very concerned because one of the brands that were mentioned by the study, I have been a loyal user to that brand for years, so I'm very worried.
Other women say they don't know what are the alternatives now that they have this information. Many women say they feel lied to by the brands who promised chemical-free and organic products.
At first, it scared me because we have been using the pads for a very long time, but I also wondered if it's true. How true are they? And how far did they do the research? Am I infected by it because I've been using it for a very long time?
I was so scared because we've been getting the false information of the products, they are safe, they're chemical free and stuff like that.
Nothing that is made out of Africa that is brought to Africans is safe. Like I said, this has become
exactly, Joe.
For the longest time. This has become the dumping site for the longest time of the unwanted materials,
exactly, Joby.
The banned things, and we've accepted this for the longest time. So you thinking that anything that comes from China, that is also another mentality that we've been put to believe that anything that is African is not good. We must, if I'm using anything from America, from the UK, from the France, god damn, I've made it in life. You don't know shit. You is poor. I'm rich. It's crazy. It's crazy because there's a lady who was talking about it. We need to start normalizing as Africans, romanticizing things that are made in Africa. We've been for so long romanticizing Western-made things, and they are killing us. They are poison, thinking that actually this is a flex. It's a flex on your. You're flexing on your death. Eh?
They don't know, but they don't know that, Joe.
Flexing on Hong Kong. Personally, I remember because I've been using sanitary towels too, and I know most of them are not good. I've been openly talking about it, and have I faced issues of also using lack of sanitary towels? Yeah, I would even say that's even safer than having a sanitary towel on. But it's not good. Having to cut your cotton t-shirts and all that for sanitary, it's not cute. That shit is so embarrassing because you'll be walking and all that. But at the same time, you use these sanitary towels, you end up you're just feeling itchy. You have a pad, but you're feeling just uncomfortable. What the hell is going on? I'm just supposed to be on my period. I tried tampons. I'm like, nah, I can't do this shit inside. I'm not doing
put that shit inside you. Most people can't. Most women can't put that shit inside them. It's like walking around every day with a dick inside.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I can't do this shit. I'm sorry, I can't.
You're sorry. What are you sorry about?
I was telling the ladies, the people, because for the women, this is a conversation we have. I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, I can't keep this flex of having a string, just being in between my legs now.
Most women can't, Joe.
So please, we need to start. If we romanticized actually African-made things, this is how we'd have started knowing what is safe for us. We'd
True.
actually detect very easily anything that comes out of Africa is harmful because we're already used to organic made products
True.
in the
That's
continent.
why, and that's another thing. That's why, Joby,
Mhm.
manufacturing was so important to be done in Africa because you're dealing with a race of people that hate us. You're
Exactly.
taking their products who hate and want to wipe us out. So the best thing to do is start making the shit yourselves. You don't want got the materials already there.
Exactly.
You're not gonna try to kill your own self. Shit.
It's crazy. But let me share this and also where we head as we wind up with this one, this video.
So now, since the news have broken out that the pairs they have like
A midwife who runs a reproductive health clinic in Bloemfontein says they are dealing with more and more cases of hormonal imbalance.
This is truly devastating and it is enraging. In my line of work, I deal with so many women that are suffering from different reproductive health issues like PCOS, endometriosis.
Exactly. I was actually headed there. Where did this endometriosis just come from? I believe these sanitary towels are the ones actually causing all this. Where did all these people just having periods and
Of course.
a problem, excessive pain?
Yeah.
Where is it coming from? Because actually, if you look at some study, it says most of these sanitary towels, like where I was with those classes where we were being taught about those organic supplements, we are being taught actually the pain we've been experiencing in cramps is because of these sanitary towels, the chemicals again.
The chemicals. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were giving us the difference of, and again, the witnesses were saying since they started using their sanitary towels and now their period cramps, the pain has reduced because there's a difference. You can actually tell the difference. This is crazy.
And so many other conditions that we know, especially infertility, related to hormonal imbalances. And what is even more sad is that these are trusted brands in South African homes. These are brands that have been handed over to us by our mothers. And these are brands that we've also continued to hand over to.
So now that we've known, what are they going to do about it? That should be the question, South Africa. Now that you know, and the fact that this is going to spread in many African countries, of course, it's not just South Africa. Bet sure, we have like a bunch. We have like, do you know how many sanitary towels we even have? And how confusing
Of
even
course,
that
it's the same. I'm saying it's the same thing in all African countries. Of course, Joe. It's all those brands are same brands are in South Africa, in Kenya, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Nigeria, in all these African countries, of course.
Because they used South Africa. Actually, I remember South Africa was the country used to advertise it's called Always, the brand that is the sanitary, the most expensive.
Always brand. Yeah. It's in America. I done bought Always many times for my daughters and my wife.
Yeah, so South Africa was used to advertise this too before it got to Kenya like a lot, and many women went for it. Because number one, again, the brand, they're lying to you of all that, but many people even use Always. Many people, nobody even goes to a supermarket. I see them picking Always. It has a very bad smell after use. It's crazy. It's bad. Like it's really, really bad. And then creating confusion because again, if we would have normalized and romanticized on using organic supplements, this is where we should have, again, trading comes in, where we're going to supply, whether one country or two decides we're going to build manufacturing industry, we're going to come up with this one brand, and it's going to be coming from 2 or 3 African countries. And with the rest of the African countries to get the same, we're going to be the suppliers. Now, this creates awareness of this is the only organic sanitary towel across all Africa. So if you try anything else apart from this, no, you're going to create yourself cancer diseases or lead yourself to any disease. Because we have, like, you'll find in a supermarket.
But you're going to find out, Joby, since Africans don't own their media, you'll never be able to put that on the media. You'll never be able to get that on the regular TV station and say, hey, only use this napkin. These other ones, like Always, other ones are dangerous to African people. They say, you crazy. We're not putting that on our TV.
Exactly. You find most of the times, even for me, when I'm in my periods, or let's say we need to get the sanitary towels for the studio, I'm confused sometimes because again the prices escalating every single
Oh,
day.
there's so many of them.
Yeah, so you try to do your calculation and like, okay, this is gonna amount to this. This is not a good brand. If I take this might not be a good brand too because I've never used it. So you're forced again to spend either more to stick to the brand you're used to, or spend less because you want to live according to your budget. And now this comes with maybe a different brand that you've never used, which again, more chemicals in your body. Africa,
Right.
what are we gonna do about it? Because since we love concluding things, what is the solution we're going to bring? Are we gonna keep on crying the same? Because what's the solution from there? That should be the question. This is a debate that should be held by the Africa. If we have the Africa Health
Oh, not the African Union again.
no, the Africa Health Department, but that's what I'd call
Okay.
it. Exist. This is a discussion that they should sit
They
down
would
and
have an institution. Yeah. Come on, build institutions that actually work. Yeah.
And this should be represented by women, especially because it's crazy when these women also on these political seats, they want to act as if they don't go on their menstrual periods. God damn it. You need to discuss these problems. Sit down, talk about the future of your kids, the grandkids, what you've faced, the effects you have in you using the sanitary towels, and the solution you can bring. It's very easy. But we act like as if things are really complicated. Man, I need to become the president because I feel like I have solutions.
Yeah. Of course. You might not have them, but will you be allowed to? The question you might have the solution, which is true, but will you be allowed to implement them? Will you have the courage when your white people control your country and say, nah, we're not going to allow that. You're going to fuck up our money and our business, lady.
Well, expect this kind of more effects if you don't want to make your own goddamn decisions. Okay? Expect this, more of this.
Indian scientists did an analysis on the
I'm saying you're now the president, Joe. You can make decisions, but I'm the white man can say, hey, listen here. You better not do that. You're going to fuck up our business and our money. We're going to have to get rid of you. You understand that? You understand that, Miss Nelson? Do you understand that, Miss Nelson?
I don't understand that. Now you listen. This is my country. I call the shots. So we're either gonna cooperate or you're gonna have to kick rocks. And cooperation is gonna actually have to work according to my terms. I have to be favored here, not the bullshit you've always been putting and all that. So you can see that lady is actually.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the CIA. Say we already talked to her. She said she's not gonna budge. Okay, so now get to put the bullet in her head. Okay, so we're making like an accident. Said, do we want to take out her whole family? Is this her? Is her family a threat? And that's me talking to the CIA. And so they're gonna send one more person back to say, Miss Nelson, your assassination has been ordered. Now, do you want to go along with defying us, or you want to get part of the club?
So
what are you gonna do?
So just like the British lady has said, because she asked the same question like I did. Why is it that Burkina Faso and Niger are going back to and accepting these healthcare deals from America? Because we just kicked the influence of the West, Western nations.
Why would you? I don't understand it.
Them back. So she explained it very well. She said that actually, if you look at Burkina Faso, apart from them building and trying to also stabilize their country and their healthcare system, they still need help, like you said before, because I questioned also this when they tried
help. Yeah, they still need help because they're so far behind development.
But the help comes with again, it has to be we have to meet on the same common ground. We know you're not going to be the one making the decisions right here. This is my country. As much as bringing your money here, this is my country. I'm doing this because for the people. Because explanation is saying that Burkina Faso needs strong men. And if you look at the healthcare system, apart from before Ibrahim Traore took over, many people were really effed up. Of course, it's gonna take many people to have maybe that strength it requires of a nation.
Very effed up.
Yeah, most people do need that medical health attention. But again, Burkina Faso has to do this with a very strategic, like I always say, strategy, with a very strategic, in a very strategic way. The healthcare data has to be protected by the Burkina Faso law. There is no America tampering or getting into this or anything. The citizens' data and the Burkinabe data, healthcare data, is going to have to be protected. She said a couple of things, literally, which number one, that is the number one big deal, because they want the access of the data. And then come to the mineral resources. You're not going to get access to our resources. This is the limitation. You're here for 5 years. This is what you get for 5 years. That's how it should be. You work with me according to my terms, not your goddamn terms. That's what Africa has been doing for the longest time. You have to listen to me. You want something from me. I know you do. So you're gonna have to listen to me or kick rocks. You can go ahead and sanction me like Mali. I don't care.
Exactly. That's what the Botswana president said when Trump tried to summon him to the White House. He said, "You want something from me? You come to me. I'm not going to you." Finally, somebody Africa backwards said, "You want something from me? I don't want shit from you. You come to Botswana. I'm not jumping on no plane to go see you. You're not summoning me like I'm a child. You come to me."
The buyer goes to the seller, not the seller goes to the buyer. We are the sellers, so they need to actually bow to us. But these are videos explaining how the COVID-19 had the HIV in AIDS in it. So listen.
So I don't know if y'all know this, but that COVID-19 vaccine had HIV in it. There was a study that they performed in Australia, right? When they performed the study, they was just seeing like, let's see.
I said this, pause. I said this years ago. Our channel got taken down for telling this truth. You're not allowed to tell the truth because the people that run this world are wicked and evil. So now Joey's at this point, she knows all this now. At the first, I Joey, take out that mask. I ain't taking out no mask.
So when they studied it, they found a fragment of HIV. So they found a fragment of HIV protein within the COVID-19 vaccine. This is why now HIV numbers are at an all-time high, because 80% of the population has the COVID-19.
Exactly, because the numbers are going crazy in many African countries, especially.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vaccine. Y'all, this is why it is so dangerous.
No coochie for me when I get to Africa unless you take an HIV test.
We'll take you to Jamaica.
Oh, that's even worse. Hell no.
Dealing with people, because most people were not conscious enough, we're not aware, we're not spiritually in tune, had victim mentalities and felt like everything was happening to them, and ran and got the
everybody has infant mentality. Most people have infant mentalities. You're a moron. Most people, like my goofy brother, I said, you take this shit, you'll be dead and stinking, and I'll be burying your stupid ass. Even funny how he listened to me then. The news, because he kept it. The news didn't say that. You're gonna have to take it too. I'm gonna take it. I said, listen here, dummy. Listen here. I said, just like I said. I said, listen here, dummy. You take that shit, I'll be burying your retarded ass. I'll be burying your ass. You and your goopy ass wife. I'll be burying both you motherfuckers. Okay? Yeah. Let me go ahead, Joe.
Whether it was a victim, it was something that it might even be some NPC bot shit, some shit that's clearly you're not in tune and one with the creator, because everything inside me told me don't get no vaccines. I mean, I always knew not to get vaccines. When I became grown, I opted not to get any vaccines. I also never got any of my children vaccinated. I always knew there was something wrong with vaccines since I was 9 years old. And I remember my mama got me the chickenpox shot. And
I've always known there's something wrong with people just moving in masses. Why are you just I've always known there's something wrong with that. Or let's go because the government said. Say what? I'm not going. What the hell?
I asked the doctor, I said, what's in this chickenpox shot? She said, we're giving you the virus. I said, Mom, she's actually giving me the virus. She was like, your body's going to fight it off. I woke up with chickenpox the next day and never got another vaccine since. Right? So, and the vaccines are way, way more toxic now. They actually have mRNA in them, which is a messenger. It's like basically computer technology. And that's why Bill Gates was investing into vaccines and all that, because it's all connected. They want to control you. They want to control your mind.
Yeah.
But understand, when they created genetically modified beings, when they created artificial beings, right, they created species that they can control. So if you got the vaccine, 9 times out of 10, you're easily to be controlled. The true ones, the real ones, the chosen ones, we are not to be controlled, right? So this is why it's imperative, and it's important more now than ever to protect your womb, protect your penis, because
transhumanism
is getting spread around like wildfire because all these people are jabbed up. And it was literally found, a fragments of the HIV protein was found in the COVID-19 vaccine in Australia. And Australia then quit giving out the COVID-19 vaccine. Here in America,
like I told you, this is a bioweapon. This is chemical warfare. Again, by the psychopaths. And you know who's also attached with COVID-19? Jeffrey Epstein. Ain't that funny again? Go ahead, Joe.
What the fuck is going on? So yeah, I'm letting you know. That's why I'm telling people that the vaccine is being passed through sex. Not only through sex, but there's an HBI in the fucking COVID-19 vaccine. Right? So be aware, stay conscious, do your own research, love yourself, and quit getting jabbed up and protect yourself from.
Yeah, quit going with the masses. That's what you need to do. Because you know what? This is gonna be next. This is next. Listen to this, lady, because this is already happening. With now this healthcare that they're pushing.
I told you we can't hire nobody who got that VAC. When we doing interviews, anybody got that shit? Sorry, bye. Hit the door, nigga.
That's so sad. Yeah, because I'm saying with this new healthcare bills and Africans still being blinded with the missionaries, white people are good people. Oh my God, I need a white savior in my life. We're gonna find ourselves dead, and that's what they want. Of course, we're gonna be
expecting another pandemic.
Yes, we are. We are expecting another pandemic, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Bill Gates and Rice University, and you can Google it, they just created the next level of the quantum dot tattoo. It's going to be a little thing that will be stuck on the back of your hand, and it will install into your system, and it will carry your vaccine passport, it will carry your health record, it will carry your money, it will carry everything. And the next pandemic is just going to be installed in your hand.
The same bullshit they've been trying to push for years. They're finding new ways of pushing it, because I remember it was in 2019 when we were being told this thing. Oh, you need to take a digital ID which contains your passport, your KRA PIN and all that, your banks. What? For what? And my cousin went all crazy. Oh, it's the last day, Joby. Oh my God. Please, I'm not going to do it. And I told him I'm not going to do it. I was like, what are you telling me to do? What? Number one, I'm jobless. You're telling me to be worried about what the government is telling me. They need to give me a job before telling me what I can do with my ID or not. Can I get a job? The hell?
Our plan was to digitalize all nations by 2025, and it did happen. The first thing they did to digitalize Nigeria was to tell you that you cannot have a phone if you don't go and register the SIM card.
And then
that was several years ago. Then they decided that give your old Naira, will give you new Naira. And then when it was time to give new Naira, they didn't have enough. Then everybody started transmitting money because there's no cash.
Yeah.
So Nigeria has practically become a cashless society.
It's fast becoming.
Yes.
Even Kenya, there's no cash. I was trying to find a change of 1,000, but that is $8 in cash. Nobody has money. I had to I've been forced to put the money in my account for me to run and pay the border person, because there's no money. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I've literally gone to 5 M-Pesa shops. Hey, can I get a change of 1,000, Bob? Nah, we don't have that. Can you deposit? Yes, really quick. We can deposit it. Okay. Oh, wow. This is crazy.
All they have to do right now is to bring a disruptive event, and people will line up for the government to give them subsidies, and they will you have to get it in a month.
Do you feel it's part of wisdom for people to keep cash?
It's part of wisdom for people to get back to the farm and give bags of rice. Because cash is not going to help you. change the color of the money. Keep gold. Like I have gold and silver. Your money is better off in bags.
I'm going back to cash, me too. I don't know. These people are gonna be forced to get cash because where we're going, I'm about to read another article literally about what is currently happening and why we also need cash.
Of rice. If I were to give a message to Nigeria, get back to the.
We should have been doing this long time ago. We've been just so stupid.
You see, Cameroon, as messed up as Cameroon is, it's been hard to totally conquer the nation because everybody farms. In Nigeria, a lot of people don't farm.
Exactly. It's crazy. Yesterday, I was seeing a video, or rather an image just showing Nigeria at a very, like in a drone angle, right? And it was just nothing but dust and poverty. And then the question was, can you imagine in Nigeria, there's no way you can spot anything? In Nigeria, there's no, the question was, imagine in Nigeria, there's no way you can spot anything green. There's just sewages and poverty and slums, dust, which is a very big question because that means Nigeria is not active in farming.
You can't see nothing but dust and poverty. That's fucking
it's true. It's true, man. I wanted to send you that picture. That picture, but I didn't screenshot it. I was like, God damn, this is really bad. Like there's no a spot of green plant nowhere. Crazy.
In Africa, Nigeria was the country that they used as one of their flagship countries.
Dust and poverty. Exactly. It's not just that. It's not just that. It's always Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana. Those are your jump off countries.
Yeah.
So think about it right now. 2 years ago, a bag of rice, and now it's like totally
That's
crazy.
That's why M-Pesa is big in Kenya. Jabba said she couldn't find no money. Why do you think that is? Because Kenya's a jump off country in Africa.
Systematically eliminated.
Yes, the Fulani herdsmen trying to make sure people don't get back to the farm.
Yes.
Yeah, remember there's a time Nigerians were eating dirty rice, literally the cloves of rice, those things of rice, because there was no rice. Literally, because they can't farm.
That has a connection.
That's all part of it. It's all part of the whole plan. Make sure that Nigerians starve and not have anywhere to go back to the farm. The best thing any nation can do right now is to be able to have your own food supply, because that is going to be the major thing. You need to be able to stock up food. When I say stock up food, I mean put it in cartons and hide them, because there's right now you can go out and buy rice.
These dumbass niggas allow these white people to destroy their land, their fertile lands, with these fucked up seeds. Remember, that's what the terrorism of what Joey showed you. They get the terrorism, they go kill the farmers, and then they put them fucked up seeds in their land so they can't reproduce. This I told you, everything is based on evil, wicked shit. But you still worship these motherfuckers. You goofy ass leaders, you gotta get Chinese. They're dangerous. You fucked up, and understand, these fucked up leaders in Africa, these are the same ones who sold Africans into slavery. These are the same families. So people say, what's wrong with the African society? Because the people that rule Africa, they are fucked up. These are the same rulers that were in slavery in Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana. These are the same motherfuckers who sold their people to India, to America, to Brazil, to Iraq, to Iran. These are the same motherfuckers you find that in power in those same areas in Africa. See, it gets real and disturbing. Go study Tinubu's fucked up family. They're all involved in the slave trade 200 years ago. That's what you got in Africa. That's why Africa's so fucked up. Why you say why the people don't say, how can these leaders don't care about Africans? How can they stay fucked up? Because the majority of these morons were in Africa, were involved in the selling of other Africans to the white man. It gets real deep and fucked up. You're like, wow, yeah, they were never dealt with. These slave nigga families were never dealt with. Like China dealt with their traders. These niggas were allowed to now control the country. You go to Burkina Faso, the slave niggas. You go to Cote d'Ivoire, the slave niggas. You go to goddamn Cameroon, the slave niggas. You go to Gabon, slave niggas. Go to Kenya, slave niggas. Find out who ran the slave trade throughout Africa, and it's the same niggas now in political position. It'll fuck your mind up. They were able to, then that's why they make sure you were uneducated too. They just merged back in society. You ain't know these motherfuckers now leading these countries were involved in the slave trade that were traitors to African people down there running these governments. You have no clue why Africa doesn't be developed, why Africa's constantly fucked up. Because the same motherfuckers who were selling out Africa are the same motherfuckers who are in political power today. It'll fuck your mind up. Go ahead, Joby.
A time you're not going to be able to buy it without the mark. It's coming, and it's going to be soon.
Very soon. To explain how soon, it could be actually, let's say it's actually on the verge of happening, because there's this article which I bumped into. It says that with everything that is going on in the world, leave alone even the war, a lot is going to change for so many people. Number one, we have, of course, the gas prices, which are going to go up. And they're saying whenever there's tension in oil-heavy regions, prices usually react. What this means for you, be mindful now instead of stressed. Be mindful now instead of stress later, and don't assume prices will stay comfortable. Move with a little more financial awareness. And then another one is the groceries prices can rise.
You're going to say go sky high because everything is about through transportation and oil and fuel. So all that's going to rise up. So you better learn to save your money. Your days of partying, have a good time. Better save your fucking money so you can buy Ugali, nigga.
Groceries prices can rise when fuel cost goes up, transportation goes
exactly.
up. When it costs more to move food, we end up paying more at the store. What this means for you, pay attention to where your money is going, waste less and plan.
Exactly, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah, travel is unpredictable currently. When conflicts escalate, of course, certain regions close their airports, flights get cancelled, leaving many unable to get home.
Yeah, all you people in the Middle East, you're done. They destroyed all the airports. So all you niggas trying to get back to Kenya, that's out. So all you trying to go, let's go working. All you niggas in Africa want to go work in the Middle East, that's done. At least a couple years.
I've seen black American women are crying, asking Trump, our president.
Nope. You should have known. Hey, you're a moron. See, that's one problem with you black African women. A lot of you, you're stupid. You should have been following up on the news. I don't want to do that. I want to just be on social media twerking and playing and looking at the Kardashians. And what's the new hot song? But the hot song got you fucked up over in Dubai because you didn't know what was going on. Anybody would have seen, I told you, that I said America's going to invade Iraq. That's that, but you would have known that if you was actually up to date on current events. But no, fuck current events. I want to play, drink my wine, drink me some, I smoke me a blunt, smoke my marijuana, and chow. Look at that nigga there. I bet he got a big dick and all that old shit.
Wow.
and now all that old shit got you fucked up in Dubai.
Also says emergency preparedness matters more than comfort. What this means for you is have 3 to 7 days of basic food, some cash accessible, because especially these times. I remember there's a time we couldn't access our money, and especially our system nowadays.
Everybody Joby laughing at all that food. Joby, what are you, crazy? What is all this crazy shit you're doing, Keith? All right, Joby. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Important documents organized, emergency contacts written down. Calm preparation beats chaotic reaction. And of course, so much explained. So, get your shit together. Your government does not have
get your shit together.
You have to get your shit together. But as we move on still with more news and updates, we have in the regions of Nigeria. Now, what is now even more sad, we saw recently Nigerians demonstrating about what is happening in Iran. While we have
not the land of dust and poverty.
I mean, see how dusty it is? I'm not even capping. See? You see how dusty it is? Look at that. That's dust, like literally dry trees, literally nothing in there. And all of them you can see they are closed in hijab lessons. But
that part is the northern Nigeria, guys, on the border of Niger, where it is the northern part of the Sahara Desert, right? So yeah, it's dusty. But you go southern parts of Nigeria, it's green like Kenya. It's green. I don't know if they destroyed it. I mean, a lot of delta's been destroyed because of the oil damage too, but Nigeria's not just dust and poverty.
We we're just reporting what the news is reporting. Or
All right,
Nigeria,
all right.
it's dusty and poverty. Nothing. There's nothing green there. But this is actually, I'm not sure which part of Nigeria is this, but it's called the Agare Guana and nearby communities. I don't know if it, like you said, I don't know if that is the part of Niger, the border of Niger. But this is where we had thousands of people being.
It is because it's see how arid that is. That's the arid part of Nigeria. The other part of Nigeria, just like the northern part of Ghana, is like that. That's why Burkina Faso looks like that. That's the beginning what you call the Sahel or the Sahara Desert. That's the Sahel region right there, where the greenery starts to go into the desert area. So, like, before we leave, I'm gonna prove Joey wrong. We're gonna look at the greenery in Abuja. We're gonna look at the greenery in the eastern part of Nigeria. We know all the lions that were there, they ate them up, so they ain't got any lions out there no more.
Exactly. Yes, so they've eaten all of them. That's true. But yeah, people are questioning. I saw one of the comments on this video from another page. Someone was saying it's crazy that so many people are now concerned about what is happening in Iran, but not Sudan and Nigeria. Like
They never worry about you Africans because you don't give a fuck about yourselves. You worry about those other people too. You don't ever care. You don't care about yourselves. So like we said about self-respect. You Africans have showed you don't deserve self-respect because you don't respect yourselves. Till you learn to do that, no one gives a shit about what happens to you. Till you don't care about what happens to yourself because you say that's a different tribe. It's not my tribe. That's a tribe of Nigeria. You're not saying that's an African. No, that's not my tribe. That's not my tribe.
It's crazy. But on the last conversation of today, we have the US, which has imposed sanctions on the Rwandan Defense Forces and their top military officials. You know what this means? And this is over
in Rwanda. This is Rwanda now. I told you, Kagame, they were coming to get you, Kagame, because you now served your purpose. And I told you, white supremacy always breaks its tool. You thought sucking and digging a white man was gonna get you good? Nah, bitch, they gonna throw you in the bus. So when they doing this, Kagame, you're lucky you've been on Trump. They arrest Trump because when they do this, that means they're gonna come see you, Kagame. They gonna get you out the pay, and that means Museveni's next. So you better hope they get rid of Trump and there's other people right now, so you can stay safe. Because if they don't, they're coming to see you, nigga. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so let me share this video of this guy explaining. I love the way he's breaking it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the United States...
This one you'll understand is English, so give him grace.
Government
Ladies and gentlemen,
moves to cripple the Rwandan military and Paul Kagame himself. After years of diplomatic games, after decades of looking the other way, America has decided that enough is enough.
They would never look the other way. Kagame was their puppet. They ever look. That's what I'm saying. The Africans are just not smart. No, they wouldn't look another way. Kagame was their puppet. And now they're tired of the puppet. They always come back and break their tools. Always. White, black. I don't know why people always think, I don't know why people ain't study white people. They'll use you till they don't need you no more. And then they'll break your back and throw you against the damn walls and steal everything you stole from them. Help them steal and put another puppet in. And they might just do it because they're tired of you might not even done them wrong. They might just say, I'm tired of looking at this nigga. We need a new nigga. That's how psychopathic. They might just get tired of looking at your black ass. I'm tired of this nigga. Let's get rid of this niggas and get us a new nigga. You're like, but what? I ain't did nothing wrong. Yeah, you're black. That's what you did wrong.
Sucking dick properly, you're old.
Exactly. Your mouth don't suck good enough. Your lips all fucked up. Now they don't suck like a young man. Shit.
We will get to that. But because Rwanda has refused to back down in the DRC, Rwanda was told to withdraw. Rwanda was told to stand down. Rwanda was told the rules of the game have changed. And Paul Kagame looked America in the eye.
The rules of the game have not changed. Same, but they just
Exactly. That's it. He don't know you exactly.
So now, the United States is doing what it does to every ally that stops following orders. It is pulling the leash.
Exactly. So at least he knows that Kagame is a puppet, was an ally. They're not pulling the leash. They're tired of looking at it. Like Joby said, he's old, and his mouth suction ain't hard enough no more. So they gotta give him a young nigga. You know, he don't suck penis hard good enough no more. And it's time to get rid of him.
And what happened yesterday, Monday, March 2nd, 2026, is one of the most revealing moves in modern African geopolitics. If you do not understand what I am about to break down for you,
I don't understand you. Go ahead.
We see the headlines about sanctions. You will hear diplomatic talks about peace, and you will read statements about human rights, and you will think this has anything to do with morality and human rights. It is not.
I know.
Exactly. Of course it's not. They say human rights, and they go come out like Joey said. They'll come and say, do you really believe Kagame won an election with 99%? They had no problem with it, and he's been doing it forever. Now why you got a problem with it? Because we're going to get rid of his ass. It was like, Kagame hasn't won no election with 99%. Go ahead, Joey.
I bet Trump to talk shit on this African. I bet, and I can't wait to see one of it. I'd really love to see one of it. Oh, see. They say, well, you see now he's reacted to Spain. Oh, Spain refused to cooperate. Now we're gonna have to put sanctions on them because. I can't wait to see an African president being talked shit to. God.
This is about minerals, and this has always been about minerals. And what just happened is the clearest proof we have ever had. The United States Treasury Department.
Now, Mosquito, stop pretending. I know you can understand this man better than anyone in this chat.
Through the Office of Foreign Assets Control has transformed the entire Rwandan Defense Force, not a faction.
He's your cousin from the next house
Of the military, not even the unit, not one commander. The entire military apparatus of the Republic of Rwanda has been sanctioned, and alongside the institution itself, 4 of the most senior military officials in the Rwandan armed forces have been individually sanctioned. The Army Chief of Staff, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Special Operations Force Commander, the Commander of the 5th Infantry Division. These are not some low-ranking officers. These are the men who run the Rwandan military machine, and the United States.
Oh, you mean funded?
Had just told the world. These men and the institution they command are now targets of American financial enforcement. The Treasury Secretary himself said it publicly. He said the United States expects the immediate withdrawal of Rwanda military weapons and equipment from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Immediate, not phased, not a gradual withdrawal, not some kind of negotiation over 6 months. Like right now, they want them gone. They want them out of the DRC. And when you hear that language, that tone from the United States Treasury, you need to understand what it means in practice. It means every asset the Rwanda Defense Force holds in the United States or in any institution connected to the American financial system is frozen.
Exactly. Pause there. In real terms, it means we're fucking with your money. We're going to take the money that we know we have to steal from the Congo, and we're going to steal it. Oh. That's what frozen means. So you niggas are going to be broke.
You're no longer 500 million.
Yeah. I think he's up to $700 million now, though, Joe.
Yep. It rose. That was, I think around October there when I was checking this president.
Yeah, you looked it up again. I said, this is crazy. How did he get $200 million more and nigga ain't never made nothing? What?
Any American company, any financial institution that does business with the sanctioned entity or the sanctioned individuals is now committing a federal crime. It means any foreign bank that processes transactions involving these names, they risk being hit with secondary sanctions and being cut off from the dollar system. It means military aid is gone. defense cooperation agreement between Rwanda and the United States.
This is what happens when you actually want to lead with just the fake money system and
exactly, Joe.
No, because you see, when you're in control of your own resources, you stand up like Ibrahim Traore and say, "Hey, I'm accepting your petty cash, but understand I got a real deal right here, and you can tell me what you want, and whatever you want still applies according to
but that's the difference, though. Joe Kagami's always been. He was put there by the Americans, kept there by the Americans. So all his whole system is intermixed with America. So he can't do like Ibrahim Traore. He's fucked.
Now these other bootlicking ass Negroes of him, what they need to watch and learn. This is what America is gonna do to you. Bet you wanna.
They do, but they won't, Joe. They want the fast cash and easy money of being a puppet. Exactly, it's hard. Museveni's next. Museveni is next. And watch how Museveni be quiet. Remember, Museveni and Kagame, they're boys. They're boys. And watch how quiet Museveni don't say a goddamn word. He ain't gonna say, I think what America's doing is wrong. I will not stand for this. We cannot be intimidated. Museveni's gonna shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, but the boys, the band is dead. It's coming to an end. So you better prepare. Then next, I bet it's Paul Biya with his non-walking ass. We have now this Sudan president who can't even take out, he can't even step.
They're all suspended. Equipment transfers are also blocked. Training programs all finished. Mercenary deployments abroad, they are all being threatened right now.
Wow, they're breaking your back. Wow. These whites, like Joby said, you better get your mind right, you African. Oh my God, Kagame, they're about to break your back. And they're going to overthrow you, nigga. Oh my God, your $700 million is already, that's gone. And so, they're about to break your back. They're going to get rid of you. And when they say, oh, man, when you trust these white people, they always double cross you. They always eventually get tired of looking at your black ass. You know, tired of this black ass nigga. Why would he do? His mouth suction ain't good no more. He's not gonna open his butthole to us no more. This ain't with that.
He's so black and so poor.
Right. He's so black and so poor.
You who have been following this channel, you already know what the Rwanda Defense Force has been doing in the DRC. You already know that M23 is not a rebel group. It has never been a rebel group. M23 is the Rwanda Defense Force wearing different clothes. The United States Treasury Department itself admitted it. They said, and these are their words, that M23's offensive would not have been possible without the active support and complicity of the Rwanda.
So imagine how they said it. You think America didn't know that when they put this moron in power 30 years ago? So now they're breaking his back. They say, yeah, this is what they really are. Because we created it.
Defense Force and its key senior officials. They said the Rwandan Defense Force is actively supporting, training, and fighting alongside M23 inside Congolese territory. They confirmed that thousands of Rwandan troops are deployed across eastern DRC, engaging in direct combat operations. They confirmed that Rwanda introduced GPS jamming systems, air defense equipment, drones, and advanced military hardware into the Congolese battlefield. They confirmed that Rwanda...
Exactly. Where they get that from? Rwanda don't make that shit. Where they get it from? Exactly. They got from the same people that's exposing their ass now.
That trains M23 fighters at Rwanda military centers and recruits refugees into the fighting force. In other words, everything we have been saying on this channel about what Paul Kagame is doing in the DRC, everything
remember Paul Kagame? Pause for a second. Remember Joe was at Paul Kagame? They asked him a question. What about your people in Rwanda? So, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know.
My people love me. My people love me. Like my people love me. The Gen Z supports me. This media is always actually let me copy his accent. This media is always just putting propaganda about our nation. The people of my country love me, and I can tell you 99% of the votes you can see
99% of the vote.
Yes, unprofessional and one-sided has now been confirmed by the United States government, not by the United Nations.
now he's gonna come and say, the American always want to take control resources of Africa, and we need to find a way of controlling our resources.
Not by some think tank in Brussels, by the United States Treasury Department, on the record in an official sanction designation. So let me ask you the obvious question. Why now?
Why now?
Because this thing that Rwanda is being accused of, this thing that Rwanda is doing in the DRC, it is not new, ladies and gentlemen. None of this is new because Rwanda has been doing this for decades. The Rwanda military crossed into Congo in the 1990s. They crossed again in the early 2000s. Multiple United Nations reports going back over 20 years have documented Rwanda's involvement in Eastern Congo. The UN group of experts have named Rwanda military officials by their name in their reports year after year after year. The evidence has been sitting on desk in Washington, London, and Brussels for a generation. And what did the United States do? They did nothing. What did the United Kingdom do? They also did nothing. What did European Union do? They kept writing checks. Rwanda became the golden child of Western development, the darling of international aid, the poster boy for African progress. Paul Kagame was invited to every summit. He spoke at every forum.
He felt he was like the main chick, Yeah, I was
Exactly. He felt like it's the main chick that they told Joby she was. I'm the main chick, nigga.
Oh shit.
He shook every hand. He received billions in foreign aid, military and civilian, while his forces were occupying sovereign Congolese territory, looting minerals.
We all knew this. Everybody said we all knew this to be the fact. We all knew this. And the question is why exactly? We all knew he'd been funded by the Americans, Europeans, steal that shit out of the Congo. Everybody knew this. Like he's asking, what changed now? The Europeans got tired of looking at this nigga. I'm just telling you, that's how they are. You think see, nobody under white supremacy, you never, like Joby told you, you never get out clean unless you be an Ibram Toure. and if you do that, they're going to try to kill you. But you being a puppet, most times, you're not going to get away clean. They're going to come back and get you if you stay too long. That's why you should do a goddamn, be a fucking Uhuru Kenyatta. Stay for a little while still and get the fuck out of there. Don't try to stay for 20, 30 years, because eventually they're going to get tired of looking at your black ass. Go ahead, Joe.
Enabling atrocities that the same Western government
it's like a boring marriage.
now described as horrific human rights abuses, including summary executions and violence against civilians, including women and children. Those are not my words. Those are the words of the United States.
They've been knew this. Exactly. But they've been knew this because they were sponsoring his ass. And that's why they don't say nothing about Ruto right now, killing innocent Kenyans. Because that shit's on their desk too. They know what he's done. But he's their puppet. That's why they're not saying against Ruto. He's their puppet. But his ass supposed to be locked up at the Hague for shit he did in 2024. Disappearing people, shooting people in the street. Those are crimes, international crimes. But go ahead. So they knew that Paul Kagame was committing international crimes, but he was doing it for them. And now they're letting them know, we're going to break your back, nigga.
Man, issued on the same day as the sanctions. So I ask you again, why now? What changed?
Exactly.
I will tell you exactly what changed. The minerals simply changed hands. That is what changed. Let me walk you through this, because this is the part that the mainstream media will never connect for you. Back in December 2025, the United States brokered what they called the Washington Accords, a peace agreement between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. Donald Trump personally presided over the signing. He called it a great miracle.
And let me read this. Make sure you, even though they fucking with Iran right now, they gonna need a win. And let me tell you what this means, Kagame. You don't comply, the CIA is gonna overthrow you. If people don't like you, they know that they're gonna overthrow you, and they're gonna put you in prison. They love to put African despots in prison they love to put niggas in prison in Europe to make the other puppets in Africa scared. So you don't comply, they're gonna come see you. You got no military that's gonna stand up, okay? And they're gonna lock your ass up in Europe, and they're gonna put you on the front page of newspapers everywhere. Oh, this wretched nigga have been doing this shit for 20 years and is baiting justice and killing innocent women and children. But you know behind the scenes, that's a message to all the other niggas in Africa. You don't get down, don't do what you're told to do all the time. This is what's gonna happen to you. You be a puppet and you shut your mouth. Go ahead, Joe.
President and the Rwandan president and played the peacemaker. And he told the press, his own words, that the United States will be getting a lot of mineral rights from the Congo as part of this deal.
About money.
He said
about
that
money.
on camera.
Of course it is. Why do you think everybody's in Africa? Because it's the Chinese, the Russians, everybody's there. Because Africa's wealthy. Of course. It's about the wealth.
Just the right lane. You know the diplomatic euphemism. A lot of mineral rights. And he was not exaggerating, because alongside the peace deal, the United States and the DRC signed a strategic partnership agreement. And this is where the story really gets serious, because under this agreement, the Congo established something called a strategic asset reserve, a mechanism that pulls together unlicensed and prospective mining areas and give the United States privileged priority access to future mineral concessions. Not equal access, privileged access, priority access, first in line. And the minerals we are talking about are not decorative. The DRC holds more than 70% of what's known cobalt reserves.
Yeah, cobalt, coltan, copper, gold, copper, uranium, all that shit.
It produces tantalum, tin, tungsten, lithium, and gold. These are the minerals that power electric vehicle batteries, semiconductors, military systems, artificial intelligence hardware, renewable energy infrastructure, and advanced weapons platforms. Without these minerals, the American technological and military machine does not function, period. And for years,
Africa powers technology. Yeah, they gave it to China, yeah. But Africa, they control them. Without Africa, there's no technology on the planet. Period. Without Africa, there's no cell phones, there's no flat screen TVs, there's no fucking electric cars, there's no nothing without Africa. Everybody knows that, but the African. Go ahead, Joe.
Winning this race, Chinese companies dominate Congo's mining sector. Chinese firms, they control a massive share of Congo's cobalt output, and America was watching from the sidelines while China locked up the supply chains that will define the 21st century economy. So when the DRC came to the table offering mineral access in exchange for American security support, America saw an opportunity it could not refuse. The Congolese government was desperate. M23, backed by Rwanda, had captured Goma, the capital of North Kivu province. They have taken Bukavu, the capital of South Kivu. They were pushing further south. Millions of people were displaced. The Congolese military was at march, and the message from Kinshasa to Washington was simple: help us stop Rwanda and we will open the vault. And Washington said yes. But this is the part you need to understand. America did not say yes because Congolese children were dying.
Exactly. They don't give a fuck. Exactly. They said that exactly. They don't give a fuck about no niggas. It's about the wealth of Africa and us making us wealthy. Fuck these niggas. And if we got to put another nigga back in the cage to do it, that's what we do. But the benefit is about us keeping white people rich. Fuck these niggas. But if we got to do it, yeah. But we're going to get the money out of it. They going to still stay poor. They just want to run around getting shot in the head. But we're going to keep the money. Go ahead, Joe.
Yes, we wind up.
Please. America did not say yes because the UN has been documenting atrocities for 20 years. America said yes because the calculation finally aligned.
There's a money.
The minerals were on the table. The Chinese were also in the room. And Rwanda, the same Rwanda that America had armed, funded, and protected for 3 decades.
Exactly. As America armed, it's been said that. Like Joe says, the Galen dialectic in your face all the time. America armed. I've been told you, America armed Kagame. America put this no good, fabulous ass, psychopathic nigga in power. They committed a genocide to put this nigga in power. So they can do no genocide. See all them fake movies. Remember they own all Hollywood, the cats with the hats who control America. They made the movie thinking Kagame was the hero of the genocide in '94. No! He was part of the genocide, committing the genocide. See, all the movies are always propaganda and mind control. This nigga, they killed millions of African people to put this nigga in power because he would never be elected ever. But he get the fake 99%. Kagame could never be elected in Rwanda before the genocide. Ever be elected, ever. So the CIA in America's maneuvered him, commit a genocide, and then install his ass in power. He could never win an election in Rwanda, ever. He couldn't be 99%. He couldn't be elected to be dog catcher. So they facilitated the killing of the Rwandan president that caused the genocide and put Kagame in power. That's what they did. And they got all that too. But they don't want to do it. They do all that. They say, hey, so you mean to tell me you knew he was behind this genocide and you was behind it too? See, that look even more fucked up because America's behind that genocide.
It's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there literally with today's conversation.
Let's love family.
The rest of them need to get ready. Like wake up, say either you lay down or get down. They're gonna lay down. I don't think they're willing to get down like Ibrahim Traore. They're gonna have to lay down. Or
they're gonna lay down.
Yeah, yes, daddy, it's time I give up.
That's right. That's right. Lay down and get down.
I want to see Trump talking shit to one of them, literally. But I think
your English is so good. Where did you guys learn English at?
The morons and educated people you are in that country. I'm just looking at countries that are actually very perfect in English. Let me see if I got it here still. I'm seeing that the highest English proficiency, top 10 African countries is South Africa. I'm like, Zimbabwe.
South Africa, Kenya. Zimbabwe would be first to me. Kenya's second.
Yeah, me too. I'd say Zimbabwe, Kenya, South Africa then. Then we have the fourth one, Zambia, Nigeria, Ghana. Nigerians are not good.
Nigeria? Man, you crazy. I said Ghana before Nigeria.
Yep, me too. Ugandans, they're supposed to be the last ones, actually. Ethiopia, Tunisia, and Morocco. But yeah, those are the top 10 English-speaking countries. But shout out to all our puppets. Your time is coming, and it's coming very quick. I see wake up, you're asking, when are they going to wake up? When are they going to wake up? I'd say Africa is still in a sleeping mode, but again, we're in a wake up mode. Most of the people are still in that sleeping mode, but also most of the people are in a wake up mode.
So to wake up, yeah, you got, like what Joe was saying. Yeah, you got, remember, let's say you put meat in the freezer. It takes a while to thaw it out, right? So Africa's being thawed out so they can finally be eaten. So you got meat in the freezer. Africa's been in the freezer. So it's now put on the table and now it's thawed out. Yeah. So it takes time to thaw the shit out.
Exactly. It and freezers and all that. But much love, family. Thank you so much for tuning
in. Love, family.
You guys have loved the conversation.
Hey, Jim Mosquito, Jimmy got you good. That shit was funny. Jim Mosquito, she said, stop lying, Jim Mosquito. You know, right? You understand him better than anybody. That's right.
He knows he has. Yes, much love, family. Thank you so much. Subscribe in case it's your first time. And remember to come back in a few. We're just coming back in 20 minutes with the Tubonge show. Chumani and I catch us up.
Tubonge.
Greetings and salutations, fancy news and Gerard.